Belagori is a land of heroes. Many are great, yet none match Finist, known across the realm as the Brave Falcon. Today, Finist and his assistant, Maleka, are on an important mission, hunting a boar that has been terrorizing villagers and stealing their food stores. When they arrive, Maleka tries to look prepared with a spyglass, but Finist hardly needs it. The target is impossible to miss. The boar is massive. Catching it asleep, Finist seizes the moment and attacks. But nothing seems to work. Maleka snacks on the sidelines like it is a picnic. Then, curious, steps in and lands a hit on the boar's snout. The beast wakes, spreads wide wings like a dragon, and launches into the air. Maleka throws a rope, Finist grabs the creature's wings, and together they wrestle it down, bringing it to a crash landing in the center of town. At first, everyone panics. Then they realize it is Finist. The fear turns to cheers, and a celebration begins. And so the hero everyone cheers for begins his next legend. This is Finist, the first hero. Maleka joins in, and together they turn the boar into a feast. Later, Finist hands out tiny statues of himself, each one signed, while Maleka notices a noblewoman sneaking glances at the famous hero. He nudges Finist to pay attention, but Finist refuses. His dream woman, he claims, must be more beautiful and more challenging. A beautiful woman does appear, just not the kind Finist wants. It is Yaga, a renowned healer who has stayed youthful for more than 3 centuries with the help of enchanted apples. She asks Finist to remove a boulder that blocks a river, a blockage that is killing her apple orchard. Finist laughs it off. Work like that would hurt his image as the #1 hero. He prefers to recount his greatest hits, from stone giants and savage fish, to tree monsters, Mongol raiders, and a dark sorcerer. Yaga grows disappointed and angry, especially after Maleka's rude remarks, and she blows a pinch of magic powder that brings Maleka's headpiece to life.
Оттого и злая, как собака, чучундра старая.
The clash leaves Finist restless. He craves a new mission, one that is dangerous and worthy of his legend. Maleka has been holding back a quest that involves a strikingly beautiful woman, worried it might be too risky. Finist takes that as an insult and forces him to explain. Beyond Belagori, there is an old castle with a tall tower, a place whispered about as haunted. People say a woman of indescribable beauty is hidden there, although anyone who sees her does not live long enough to enjoy it. Determined to find his true love, Finist sets out with Maleka. Days later, near midnight, they reach the site, only to discover other knights have come for the same prize. The knights recognize the most celebrated hero in the land.
Победитель идолища озерного.
Угощайся, медовуха, богатырь.
After a round of pleasantries and pointed jabs, Finist pulls Maleka aside to scout the area and set a plan. He wants all the knights put to sleep for the night, because at first light he will enter the haunted castle alone. No help, no interference. He wants the glory all to himself and the fame that comes with winning the heart of the most beautiful woman. Everything unfolds just as Finist planned.
Масло шампанское.
When he enters the castle, he immediately finds Zlata, a woman so stunning that he is struck speechless. But her beauty comes with a warning. With a cold, confident smile, she implies that Finist's end is near, then walks away. Finist ignores the warning and chases after her, only to be met by a monstrous creature. The battle that follows proves why Finist is known as the greatest hero of Belagori. He nearly defeats a chimera on his own. But just as he tries to tear away one of its serpent heads, poison strikes his face. Disoriented, he stumbles and brings the entire castle crashing down. The deafening collapse wakes Melika and the other knights. They rush to the ruins and search until they find Finist. But something is terribly wrong. Finist can no longer see. The Chimera's venom has taken his sight. A hero who cannot see is a hero the people can no longer rely on. Days pass. One night, Yaga prepares a replacement elixir for her youth apples. Melika arrives and explains Finist's condition, hoping she will help. But Yaga is still hurt by how she was treated, and Melika's rudeness only makes things worse. She sends him away with nothing. Melika returns to Finist, who now sinks deeper into despair. Without Yaga, there is no cure. The days that follow are filled with misery. Finist isolates himself, ignores his people, and eventually even Melika leaves. The once beloved hero is now abandoned, surviving off scraps, or not eating at all. One night, Yaga approaches quietly. She offers food. It is not that she does not want to help him, she simply cannot heal his eyes. Without a hero, Belagori is defenseless. And that very night, slave hunters strike. Villagers are taken. Finist tries to fight, but blinded and weak, he is overwhelmed. The scene shifts to the cargo hold of a ship. Yaga eats the last of the food while Finist lies unconscious. When he wakes, she explains that they have been aboard the ship for 3 days with almost nothing to eat, except for what Melika managed to get. He had convinced the captain to spare some food. This time, it is only bananas. Melika also reveals something else. He stole a strange object from the crew. As he cleans it, sand spills out and forms a creature that immediately attacks. Finist steps in, but without sight, he is no longer the warrior he used to be. The creature becomes unstoppable until Melika rubs the object again and the creature is pulled back inside. Yaga is furious. The object is a magic lamp that grants wishes. Instead of wishing to return home, Melika wasted the wish on a gingerbread cookie. And before they can try again, the lamp is taken back by a crew member. Soon after, Melika returns from the deck with news. The ship is about to dock. They have arrived in the eastern lands, a dry, scorching place with strict laws. The 3 travelers are covered and prepared to be taken ashore. The scene shifts to a crowded marketplace stage, where Finist, Melika, and Yaga are chained and displayed like goods. They are being sold as slaves. One potential buyer steps forward, interested in Yaga at first, but after taking a closer look, he insults her for looking too old. Yaga does not take the comment lightly and kicks him away. The buyer raises a whip, ready to strike, but another man steps in and stops him. This man is Anarif, a wealthy and respected merchant. He purchases all 3 of them. The crowd celebrates his presence, calling out his name with admiration. Alongside him is a talking camel named Jamal, who begins explaining the situation cheerfully. Jamal praises Yaga's beauty, calling her a young lady, which makes her blush. Jamal goes on to reveal that he is actually a man cursed into the body of a camel, and his original body now houses the camel's spirit. Soon the group arrives at Anarif's home, a grand palace that looks almost magical. Jamal quickly reminds them not to use that word, insisting everything here is purely practical. During introductions, the moment grows awkward, especially when a turtle crawls up to them. Yaga tries to shoo it away, but Anarif calmly explains that the turtle is one of his creations and is simply delivering drinks. They are invited to wash up and are later dressed in clothing styled for the region. A large meal is served, though it turns out to be only the appetizer. Another turtle arrives carrying the main course, and shortly after, Anarif joins them. Finist and his companions learn why he bought them. Surprisingly, Anarif's goal is to free slaves, not keep them. He explains that he has lived in this land for nearly 1,000 years, helping transform what was once a barbaric society into a civilized one. His age, 936 years, is not the result of sorcery, but science. To demonstrate, he brings them to his research chamber and shows a youth-preserving formula extracted from a rare jellyfish. He explains that science can create comfort for people and also serve as a defense against the power of witches. No sacrifices, no spells, just knowledge. For Finist specifically, Anarif reveals a special invention called the Eagle Eyes. With this device, Finist regains his sight, even sharper than before. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Finis nearly bows to Anarif, but Anarif stops him, pointing out that such gestures are for witches who demand worship. When people stop worshipping witches, those witches use magical creatures and cursed items to cause chaos. One example is the magic lamp, which Anarif now possesses. He places it in a machine and demonstrates that he can control the genie inside with ease. All of this, he says, is still being developed.
Я предупреждал.
But he believes these inventions will benefit society greatly. That night, everyone rests in the palace. Jamal stays near Yaga, trying to flirt again, suggesting she should not leave too soon. He says Anarif is on the verge of developing a device that can swap souls. One quiet night, Finis stands beneath the open sky, finally able to admire the stars he has not seen for weeks. Anarif joins him and explains that a ship has already been prepared at the harbor. By tomorrow morning, Finis and his companions can return home. But before that departure comes, a mechanical bird suddenly crashes into one of the palace lamps. Anarif explains that the device is still experimental and meant to carry messages. And this time, it does. The message warns of a terrifying creature that has taken control of a desert region, and the people are begging for Anarif's help. Hearing this, Finis immediately volunteers. Even though Anarif tries to stop him, Finis insists. He wants to repay the kindness that restored his sight. Later that night, while everyone sleeps, Yaga quietly sneaks into Anarif's workspace, hoping to steal a youth elixir. As she searches, a machine suddenly opens and begins to pull her inside. She wakes up in shock. It was only a nightmare, but she still carries out her plan. When she finds the bottle, it is already empty. Moments later, Anarif walks in to retrieve a container of glowing blue liquid. Sensing something is off, he checks the room. Yaga, hiding behind a clock, pretends she is simply studying chemistry. The next morning, Finis sees Anarif and the camel handler operating a large lever. Anarif reveals his newest flying vehicle, the Vortex. Inspired by the way a leaf falls through the air, it is fast and efficient, though it can only be used once. Finis asks why Anarif collects these dark creatures. Anarif explains that he captures them in order to study them and understand how they are created. Soon, Melika and Yaga arrive. Anarif assigns Melika to act as the witness who will spread Finis' heroic success, while Yaga joins to watch over the stubborn hero, with the promise of a youth formula if she cooperates. The group boards the Vortex. Jamal is already there, and the camel handler secures everyone's seatbelts, though Finis conveniently skips his. As they talk, the vehicle suddenly launches, throwing them into the sky. After some time, the Vortex lands, and they are left to continue on foot. Following strange tracks, they reach a cave near an abandoned camp and a fallen traveler. Finis prepares his upgraded armor and weaponry, improved earlier by Anarif. The group also sets up a large containment box designed to expand. After showing Yaga how to activate it, Finis slips into the cave. From the darkness, a sudden attack bursts out. Finis is thrown back, his weapon flies out and strikes a tree outside the cave. He follows it, and the creature emerges. It is a chimera. The containment box fails at first, and the chimera nearly takes Finis down. But at the last second, the box opens and vines lash out, capturing the beast and sealing it inside. The mission is successful, though Finis did not complete it alone. Because the Vortex can only make one flight, the group must walk back to the city, dragging the heavy containment box behind them. Along the way, Jamal collapses from exhaustion. Finis takes his place and pulls the box himself. A few days later, one evening, Finis and his friends are introduced to a new drink called coffee. Jamal claims it warms the body, keeps you awake, and is great for dieting. Unfortunately, none of them enjoy it. That night, Finis wakes to a familiar voice, a soft song, one he recognizes instantly. He follows the sound to the containment box. It is Zlata. Without hesitation, he opens it. There she is, exactly as he remembers. He does not care that she is a chimera. He only wants to hear her explanation. The others rush to stop him. Freeing her puts all of them at risk and could cost them their reward. Finis refuses to listen, so they have no choice but to trap him inside the box instead. Zlata watches helplessly and reveals her curse. If she is touched by a man, her human form disappears, and she becomes a chimera who cannot control herself. Many heroes came before Finis, promising to save her. Every one of them was eaten. Yet Finis remains confident. He believes they are heading to a brilliant scientist who will be able to help her. Meanwhile, that same scientist captures a villager who owns a magical cat. The cat's tail glows, lighting the area. Anarif warns that while this may seem useful now, No one knows what destruction it might cause in the future. The next morning, Melika tries to speak to Finis, but Finis turns away, convinced Melika betrayed him. The group continues on their journey. At one point, the carriage hits a bump, sending Finis and Zlata tumbling so close they almost kiss. We shift back to Anarif. He is frustrated with one of his mechanical turtle creations that refuses to work. He quickly turns his attention to Melika's enchanted headpiece, the one Yaga accidentally brought to life earlier. Using his machine, he extracts the magical energy from it and transfers that power into the turtle. Instantly, the turtle comes alive. With that, the truth is revealed. Anarif has been collecting the energy of magical creatures to power his artificial army. Yaga and Melika realize the danger and attempt to escape. Zlata admits she already knew. Anarif is not a scientist at all. He is a failed sorcerer who has been pursuing her for a long time. Anarif arrives and calmly declares that their partnership ends here. His soldiers surround them, accompanied by more mechanical turtles. Finis stands firm, confident as always. But Anarif's machines are far too advanced. Everyone is captured, except Melika, who appears to side with Anarif. Finis tries to command the camel handler, believing he still serves Jamal. But the man reveals the truth. Jamal was not cursed at all. He was a robot all along. The handler was just pretending so Finis would never suspect. Melika now serves Anarif, and Anarif finally explains his true goal. He intends to gather the magical essence of every mystical creature to power something far larger. Collecting all their energy would take time, but if he can extract Zlata's energy, it will be more than enough. The machine is activated. Zlata is trapped. In her final moments before the extraction begins, she reveals the one truth she never told anyone. Finis is the only hero who ever learned her secret and still chose to help her, even knowing that she is, in the end, a monster. The machine begins to drain Zlata's energy, and every attempt Finis makes to stop it fails. In desperation, he reaches out and touches her hand. The curse activates, and Zlata transforms back into her chimera form. Anarif, frustrated, orders his soldiers to capture Finis and his companions. This is the moment Finis has been waiting for, a chance to fight again. He launches into action, battling Anarif's troops with the confidence of the legendary hero he once was. Meanwhile, Yaga and Jamal are cornered by the camel handler. With no other choice, Yaga finally uses her magic. She turns seeds into giant watermelons and hurls them at the soldiers. Finis is annoyed because he wanted to be the one showing off, but the fight moves on quickly. Inside the palace, Anarif brings Melika to a lower chamber, where he activates his greatest weapon, a massive mechanical turtle, not yet fully complete, but powerful enough. He cannot allow Finis to escape and reveal his secrets. The giant turtle emerges, launching explosive shells from its back. Finis retreats, dodging the blast. Then an idea strikes him. He calls on Yaga and Jamal to help draw the turtle toward a hill. As they climb, the robot appears behind them. But this was part of Anarif's plan. Yaga and Jamal have been used as bait. Anarif activates another energy machine to drain Jamal next. Yaga reacts instantly, using her final seed to fight back. In doing so, she exposes herself as a witch, and the machine begins absorbing her magic instead. Melika finally realizes the truth and stops Anarif, only to be kicked aside. Finis climbs the giant turtle and launches attacks, but one strike knocks loose his eagle eyes. His vision fades. He is blind once more. Yaga's appearance changes as her magic drains away. She grows older again. There is no time to grieve. Finis asks Yaga and Jamal to guide him, and even the Chimera joins the fight. Together, they bring down the mechanical giant. Anarif tries to flee with mechanical wings, but his attempts at flight always end badly. This time is no different. Finis is found crushed beneath the fallen robot. Everyone mourns, especially Zlata. Her tears fall onto him. Miraculously, they heal his wounds and restore his sight. Finis rises, declaring he will not die until he experiences the greatest battle of his life. He is still the same vain, dramatic hero as always. He confesses his feelings to Zlata and invites her to join him on future adventures. But Zlata refuses. The curse she lives under is not to turn into a monster, but to turn away from her true form. She is originally a chimera who was cursed to become human in order to lure and devour knights. Finis is shocked, but he accepts her fully. Yaga searches the ruins and finds Anarif's youth potion. She drinks it, and nothing happens. The potion was another lie. Jamal reassures her that true beauty comes from within anyway. The group returns to Belagori with the freed captives. The people celebrate their hero's return. This time, Finis shares the credit. He honors his companions, Maleka, Yaga, and Jamal, and calls for a celebration in their name. In the final scene, Yaga studies magic to restore Jamal's human body. Instead, she discovers a forgotten curse story. She rushes to Finis and reveals the truth. Zlata was not a chimera cursed to be human, but a human cursed to become a chimera. And because of that, the curse can be undone. Finis wastes no time. He rallies the group. A new journey awaits, one that promises to be even more thrilling. So the moral of the story is never chase a dream girl based on rumors, because you might end up wrestling a flying boar, losing your eyesight, fighting a giant robot turtle, and eating bananas on a pirate ship instead.